Remembering those days when we used to have iPads just for running some basic apps or playing a few games, but these days, the iPad is actively erasing the line between tablets and laptops. The iPad has been around since 2010, and in 2021, Apple introduced the M1 chipset into the iPad Pro. By combining the desktop power with portability, people really started considering using it as a replacement for computers. Even many people wonder whether they should go for a new iPad or MacBook. Now the question is, can it really replace the MacBook? Let's find out in today's video. Obviously, Apple does not want the iPad to do anything exactly the same way that Mac does. Why? Because they are not the same product and are made for different purposes. The iPad has its own way and the MacBook has its own way as well to do the job. As you already know that the latest iPad Pro packs the blazing fast M1 chipset just like the MacBook lineup. Also, it has a phenomenal display with ProMotion, which delivers true color and a high refresh rate. So, what's the catch? Well, the catch is software. The iPad software has stayed remarkably consistent, which did not get an advanced level of improvement at the same rate as its hardware. So, when the iPad first came out, it was just a huge iPhone. With the release of iPadOS 15, the iPad has brought remarkable improvements over the previous generation. Features like split screen and picture-in-picture multitasking made the iPad more capable. But it does not work the same way as a MacBook does. The iPad has its own way of doing the work. For example, when the iPad got trackpad and mouse support, it was a pretty big deal for iPad users. But instead of a normal mouse pointer, Apple provided a unique circle pointer, the iPad thing. Apple is about to launch its iPadOS 16, which is currently in a beta version. With this latest OS version, the iPad is going to have a different way of multitasking, and that feature is called the Stage Manager. Once you turn on the Stage Manager, you'll have on-stage and off-stage apps which you can organize to do your multitasking. But still, it's not the same experience you will get on a MacBook. It can become a cluttered mess where it's hard to keep track of your work. Anyway, it's multitasking, but in an iPad way. Also, for the very first time, the iPad Pro does not mirror the screen to an external display, it actually works as a second display. But the problem is that it does not give you the full flexibility of moving apps the way a MacBook does. Sort of an iPad thing. Although the iPad is an all-in-one content creation device, but you should remember MacBook has widely available apps that iPad still lacks. You can get Photoshop and Lightroom on the iPad, but they don't pack all the features of the MacBook version. There are some third-party softwares that an iPad users cannot use. So, if you're a professional content creator, you will definitely need a MacBook. As we said earlier, iPad is an all-in-one content creation device, and when it comes to organizing or managing your projects, iPad users get the short end of the stick. You cannot keep your file organized as you can do on a MacBook's desktop. Managing your hundreds or thousands of files in the built-in file app might give you a frustrating experience. Now, the most important thing, which should be your first concern, and that is the costing. So, when you use the iPad as a replacement for your MacBook, obviously you don't do it without the Magic Keyboard. Generally, the iPad Pro's price starts from $1,099 and the Magic Keyboard is $349. Also, you will need an Apple Pencil to work on the iPad Pro, which is $129. In total, you'll have to spend almost $1,600 to complete your iPad setup, whereas you can buy a 14-inch MacBook at $1,999. However, the 2021 MacBook Air comes at $999, which is pretty affordable. So, why spend so much money on an iPad when you can buy a complete package at a much lesser price, and definitely we mean MacBook. In short, when M1 came to the iPad Pro in 2021, it opened the door of desktop-class power in a compact form factor. With accessories like Magic Keyboard and Apple Pencil, the iPad has come closer to the MacBook. But still, the iPad does not deliver the full flexibility as the MacBook does. So what do you think? Can the iPad replace the MacBook? And for which purpose do you use your iPad? We would love to hear from you. Please let us know in the comment section below, and as always, thanks for watching our video. Like and share with your friends if you found this video to be helpful, and subscribe to our channel if you want more videos like this on your feed.